This week we visited CES in Las Vegas to check out some of the latest electric motorcycle stuff coming out, as well as whatever weird, cool, and at times creepy technology they got coming out. Alright, so I'm here with Tokpa, and he's going to be showing me the Verge. So, nice to meet you, man.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Some cool pants on, too.
Oh, thanks. You know,
ready for the ride?
Here is our TS Pro. It's coming in at $29.99. It has an insane amount of torque. Top speed's 124 with a crazy acceleration. It features our donut motor, our bespoke battery pack, as well as some circuitry and integrated custom software. The TS Pro has an insane range. The TS Ultra actually has an even higher range, so it's rated at 233. So definitely inner city commuting, no problem, but it actually has some touring capabilities as well. Not only do they have a large battery pack and a large range, they charge very quickly. So it's a European brand, so this is the CCS, but in the US it would be the NACS, and so basically you can use Tesla's charging network. And you can use level 1, 2, or 3, and it's rated at 20, the Pro is rated at 35 minutes, and that's from 0 to 80%. Of course, if you are not at 0%, because who's going to be at 0% to charge up, it's going to take less time.
That's actually 35 to 80, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry,
it is.
0 to 85% in 30 minutes.
You know, it's a coffee break, basically. Yeah. So this is the donut motor. Donut Lab that you see behind us here is where they're showcasing some of the other versions of it, but this is the 17-inch here, and it powers this whole thing. And it removes, you have no transmission, the entire propulsion system is integrated into this rear wheel, which is what actually allows us to have more space for this battery pack here. So it weighs 540 pounds. It's a low center of gravity. For middleweights, it might feel a little heavier, but not really, and the torque output is so high that, because some people are like, oh, it's a big tire, you know, it's heavy, it's not, but it's so powerful that it overcomes any concerns. It negates them completely. I'm going to call it a naked triangle because it's not as aggressive as some sports bikes, but it has these forward pegs. So if you want something of a cruising feel, you have that as well.
This feels huge.
Yeah, and I always gloss over this, but it does have its own operating system where you can adjust the torque and the top speed. This is something that is not on any other bike. I can't even think of any other motorcycle that has its own operating system, and where you can actually, because it is EV, you can customize your top speed, your torque, your regenerative braking, your traction control.
That's great.
I love
when motorcycles allow you to adjust things on the bike without having to download an app.
Yeah, and it's all OTA, so when things get updated, it'll just automatically integrate. Yeah.
And you already said the price, but what was it again?
So the TS Pro is coming at $29,900. There's two models actually. We also have the TS Ultra, which is not on showcase here, but that one is coming at $44,900.
Okay.
Is actually, the specs on that are even higher, and it has integrated cameras and radar. It's an added safety system that is integrated on it, so the console looks a little different.
All right, so we're here with Vox, man.
Yep.
What is this bike? This looks really cool.
This is Tarform. This is our flagship bike, Tarform Luna. It's an electric motorcycle. The top speed is 100 miles an hour. Range is 100 miles, unless you keep bolting down the highway. It's obviously significantly less, but it's a perfect bike as a second bike or a first bike if you're in an LA type of environment.
How much does it weigh?
It weighs 440 pounds.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It's the battery pack is kept at an 11 or 12 kilowatts, specifically to have enough range for you to play around all day. And like I said, an LA use case is perfect. You get on the highway, you can get along and surpass traffic, but also it's great for local roads.
Yeah, it looks really good. So I was told, and one of the biggest complaints from like motorcycle purists, electric motorcycles don't make any noise.
Yeah, correct.
But this thing does?
Yes, yeah. So,
cool.
Yeah, and the way this works, it's actually, it works like an electric guitar. So it picks up the magnetic impulse of the motor, and we amplify that by an amplifier in the body, and that gives you that resonating sound, depending on which setting you set. So in cheetah mode, you have a slightly different sound profile. Right? So, yeah.
That's cool. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I got Andrew with Livaq with me, and this is one of the coolest things I've seen here so far as the electric motorcycle stuff go, this is a huge e-quad, right? Yes. So Andrew, tell me about it, man.
Yeah, so this is the Livaq e-quad. It's one of the first all-electric e-quads on the market. They're set to start fulfilling orders in March. It has 4 in-wheel motors, a 200-mile range, a top speed of 87 miles per hour. It goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And it also has a 29-inch ride height clearance. And it weighs about 850 pounds. And it's a beast at Silver Lake in Michigan.
So obviously this is the prototype, right?
Yeah, so this is the second prototype. And they've been accepting pre-orders. And so again, in March, they should be starting to fulfill those orders.
And I see some stuff here that's 3D printed.
Yeah, so the entire seat is 3D printed from recyclable materials. And this entire thing has been put together down at ULab.
Okay, cool.
They're going to be manufacturing them here soon. And it'll all be manufactured in Michigan.
So you guys already taken orders for this. How much is it going to cost?
So I believe it starts at $19,800.
$19,000? Yeah. That's not terrible for something like this. Yeah, $19,000.
Instant torque and wicked ride.
Yes, yeah, so you've ridden it. What's it like to ride?
Yeah, it's a really great ride. It's really agile. Like, again, with the electric motors, you get the instant torque, so the takeoff is insane.
Right.
And it's smooth. Off-roading, you don't even really feel like the humps.
Right.
You know?
I guess like my final question would be, why is it so big? Is it because of the battery?
Just that way you can maneuver through anything that you get put out in the wild, you know. And that's where the 29-inch height ride clearance comes in too.
Can I sit on it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. You know, yeah, you know when you're a little kid and you get on like your big cousin's mountain bike, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it feels like.
It's not a little guy.
Yeah, this is enormous, dude.
And for a 3D printed seat, it's pretty comfortable, right?
It is, I noticed that too, yeah, it's quite squishy, interesting. All right, Andrew, thanks for your time, man. This thing's awesome. All right, so I'm here with Project 23, this is Mark, nice to meet you, man. You guys are from Germany? Awesome. So you got some interesting bikes here, man. So walk me through, starting with this one, and we'll work our way this way.
This is the two-wheel air. So first of all, we are Project Urban 23, a German two-wheeler manufacturer. And this is the basic vehicle which is created out of our modular e-scooter platform. And this is the first one, which is called a two-wheel air. The range is in the low power version, 220 kilometers, what means I think 160 miles. Here you can also see our battery system. So we have swappable batteries in all of these vehicles, 3 swappable batteries. Each battery 2.3 kilowatt hours. This means overall 7 kilowatt hours. And you can swap the batteries. Then you have in 20 seconds full energy again. You can charge it like a mobile phone with an off-board charger. And we have an additional package. It's called a fast charging package. If you order this, you get a Type 2 socket here, and we have an onboard charger in the vehicle. The two-wheel air will start as an end consumer price, including VAT, below 5,000 euro. And our top product, the three-wheel cell, will start below $10,000. This is still the concept bike. We will be entering the European market starting next year. And now we are here in the United States to get a feeling about the acceptance of vehicles like this for the United States. During the CES until now, we had a lot of good meetings also with authorities and governments in the US, with a lot of mayors. We have already a police version of this.
Yeah. It's America, man. You know what I mean? So how much does this one cost again? $10,000 or so?
Yes, below.
Okay, so when does it come into the US market?
I think we can realize 2027.
2027, okay. I did forget to ask, what's the top speed?
Top speed of all of our vehicles in the high power version is 100 kilometers. I think it's 60 miles.
Yeah, 60 miles an hour is plenty fast. Yeah, it's pretty good. Cool. All right, man. Thank you for your time, dude.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome. All right, so I'm at Segway with Nick. Yeah. Good to meet you, man. So this thing really caught my eye because it's a Dakar rally bike. Yeah. And the Dakar rally is one of the hardest races in the world. and you guys are competing this year with the Segway, right?
Yeah, we are for the first time, for sure.
First time.
And it's, you know, there's only a handful of these that exist in the world. Sometimes when you come to a show like this, you want to bring products, of course, to sell. Sometimes you want to bring stories that you want to sell. And sometimes you really just want to show off what you're doing. And this is really something we're excited about.
Yeah, dude, because Segway was really early on the electric dirt bike stuff with the X260, right? With the Suron. Unfortunately, Suron kind of won that battle. But yeah, tell me about what happened there. What was the partnership going on?
I mean, we had a partnership without getting into the details of the partnership during that time. And so Segway and Suron actually had some workings together at that time. And of course, Suron took that ball and ran with it, and they've done an amazing job with that. Really, in some sense, creating a market and maybe pushing motorsports into a new space, which is exciting.
America, big time.
100%.
It became the shop of electric motorcycles,
Yeah.
And this was kind of your answer, right? This is Segway coming back with your own thing.
Yeah, our idea was if you want to innovate, if you want to create something, find the hardest thing that you can do, enter that.
Yeah.
Because if you can make something successful there, you can certainly take that technology and bring it down market. And who knows where this technology goes.
Well, this is really awesome, man. Thanks for showing me.
Appreciate it very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here with Don with Segway. Pleasure to meet you, man.
Likewise.
So you got a couple bikes you want to show me. What you got?
Absolutely. So these just went on pre-sale yesterday. This is the Xyber. This is the performance beast in our e-bike lineup. So there's been a lot of speculation about these, and the final product is actually an unclassified e-bike. People wanted all the power and performance, and we're going to give it to them. Right here, we've got a single battery. You can add a second, but this is going to have 6,000 watts total output, 175 Newton meters of torque, and will do 0 to 20 miles an hour in just 2.7 seconds, and 56 miles per charge with a single battery. 112 miles of range if you have two, so you can really go the distance on this thing. The Xafari, but this is a great electric cruiser. It's a very easy to ride bike, very comfortable, very convenient. So, you know, the Xyber's really for the thrill seekers and adrenaline junkies. The Xafari is an e-bike for everybody. And both of these bikes can be operated via throttle or pedal assist. And they have 12 modes of pedal assist, but what's really cool about them is our engineers incorporated a gyroscope and cadence and torque sensors so that there is actually a smart adaptive pedal assist. You can connect it to your phone via our app, and you can have music, you can get incoming call notifications, even real-time turn-by-turn directions and navigation, just like in your car. So the Xafari retails for $2399.99.
And this?
$2999.99.
Not bad, not bad.
So you are getting an absolute impressive amount of bike for under $3,000.
I paid $37.50 for a Super 73 RX in 2022.
Yep.
Yeah, and this seems to be a hell of a lot more bike for the money.
Yep.
So,
exceptional value, performance, and technology for the price. Absolutely.
We're here with Voro Motors with my friend Melvin. What's up, dude? Good to see you again.
What's up?
So they've got some awesome new products coming out, and he's going to show us what he's got. Some exciting stuff, some stuff I'm excited for, specifically the eRIDE Pro SR. Let's talk about it, man. What you got?
All right, first off, eRIDE Pro SR. 22 kilowatt maximum motor output, 70 miles per hour top speed. Probably the third generation of the eRIDE Pro series.
So what's the differences between the SR and the 3.0?
So the SR has a bigger battery and bigger motor than the 3.0.
Okay.
The SR has the same frame as the eRIDE Pro 2.0. So everything else internally has been changed and upgraded. Yeah.
Okay.
The production model will come with a long seat.
I see.
Instead of a short seat. Yeah.
All right, Melvin, so this is the bike that everyone's been talking about. Everyone's pumped on this thing. I've ridden it. It's awesome. It's super fun. This is the Ultra Sigma, man. Talk to me about it, man.
Yeah, so you were one of the first few guys who rode the Altis. Probably in the US, probably you are the first 5, I would say. This is the production model.
Yeah.
So a lot of things have changed on it. It now has a reverse button for the bike. The fairings, they are much better quality built. 96 volt battery.
Seat's better.
Seat's better.
That was the main problem, because I rode the pre-production version.
Much more
and the
plush.
seat, you could feel the frame in the seat.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to see my test ride of the pre-production bike, you can check it out. It was good. It was a lot of fun. This thing was really quick. It did 70 miles an hour at 32% battery. So that's impressive.
So it's 5500 at VoroMotors.com.
What I liked about it is that they got rid of most of the mountain bike stuff.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much all dirt bike now, which is cool, like with the tires, the wheels, even like the brakes, because so many eMotos have like basically mountain bike brakes, good ones. But now these look like much more motorcycle style. All right, that's Voro Motors. Thank you for your time, Elvin, showing us around. Love the bikes, love the stuff. So
awesome.
All right, so we're at Intelligent Cranium Helmets with Ambros. You are the CEO, correct?
Yes, sir.
Cool. And what they have done is developed a smart helmet. Now, I remember quite a few years ago, maybe almost 10 years ago, there was a company called Scully, and they developed the first widely known smart helmet, and it turned out to be a scam. And this isn't that. This is something completely different.
Yeah, completely different. So what we've done is, I consider this to be the first truly smart motorcycle helmet. My initial goal was to eliminate blind spots for all motorcyclists, and we've done that. Some of the flaws of some of the other models is that they have a single camera. A single camera doesn't eliminate the blind spots. There's still blind spots. So what we've done is integrated dual rear view cameras. We also give riders proximity sensors, and that speaks to our model lineup. We didn't want to have anyone priced out necessarily for a helmet. We wanted to make it somewhat affordable for everyone. So because it's modular, you can buy in at a low price of $650, and then you can add in the additional components as you see fit. So
for a fully kitted out helmet, how much would it cost?
So the top of the line model costs $1,850, but then we have other things like discounts, for military, 25% off. We also have discounts for first responders. And since we just launched and we're just now shipping our pre-orders to customers, you purchase a helmet before the end of January, you get it for 20% off, and yeah.
Cool, man. What's it made out of?
So this is a carbon fiber shell, but it's just painted black.
That's right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I noticed is that it's not that heavy.
No.
It feels roughly the same weight. Obviously a little bit heavier, but really not much heavier than a normal helmet. Like my Bell feels, how much does it weigh?
So this is actually like 3.75 pounds.
Yeah, that's not too far above average. For a quality helmet, yeah, they're usually a bit lighter. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I tried on?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. The battery that's in this model is a 5,000 mAh. It gets us about 6 hours of runtime with everything going. We're gonna chop that in half. So it's probably gonna go down to like a 25 or maybe even like a 1750 mAh battery. So it's going to even further reduce the weight. So it's going to get even lighter than what it is right now.
Cool. So how long can it last in a single charge?
6 hours right now.
6 hours. Okay, 6 hours.
Yeah, so we're trying to get to that 3 to 4 hour range.
Right.
Because the average rider commuting to work or wherever you're going, you're not going to be on there for no more than 4 hours before you get somewhere that you can charge it. So.
I'm done after an hour.
Yeah.
These days, yeah. So this right here is actually, if you look at that when you have the helmet on, you can see the rear view camera. And what I liked about it is that it's not distracting. Like you can kind of glaze past it with your normal vision, but it's in your peripheral, and then you can glance back at it and you see what's behind you, which is super helpful because a big fear of mine as a rider is getting hit from behind.
Yeah.
You never know, people don't notice you and stuff. And you can also connect via Bluetooth to talk to other people, right? If they have the same helmet?
Correct. So, most riders are, the leaders in this space are Senna and Cardo for rider comms. They both have their own respective Bluetooth mesh communication. What we've done for riders is we also have Bluetooth mesh communication integrated in the helmet, so there's no additional attachments. Our helmets will connect to Senna and Cardo units, but only one-to-one. We can't jump onto their mesh. But we also give riders an unlimited range option, which uses the cell phone's mobile connectivity, so you're not limited. So if you're leaving with someone else at the same time at different places, you guys can talk the entire time on your own private or public comms channel until you meet up.
Cool, love it, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, so this is Joseph with Actura. Nice to meet you, man.
John.
Yeah, all right, man. So I saw your bikes here. Obviously, this is the ultralight electric dirt bike class, very competitive now.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about your brand, a bit about these bikes here, and what separates you guys.
We are the world's first onboard charger electric dirt bike. This part is located here, and when people going out, they don't bring the regular big one charger to come with, and only bring the wear line like that, a small one. easy to carry. So that's
Right.
a special point for our bike. And also we don't use a regular key to plug in, and we only need a Bluetooth key that when people come close to the bike, it will turn on automatically.
What kind of battery do we have in this?
We got 74 volt and 35 ampere hour. That's the size of our battery.
Okay, cool. What kind of power are you putting out?
So far we got a 9, but in future we have a next model which is a larger for another different players.
So like more power is going to be
More
coming.
powerful, like more professional.
Okay, great,
That's
great,
kind
cool.
of the teenager's choice.
Yeah, for sure. It's very popular.
Yeah.
I've got a few of these at home. So
people love to custom that.
all right, man. What's going to be the price for one of these?
So far we didn't yet, but I can tell you that it starts with around the 4,000.
Around 4,000?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's typical. Yeah, cool. Right on, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, John. Have a good time.
All right, so that was the bulk of the electric motorcycle stuff. There isn't really a whole lot here this year. So what we're gonna do for the rest of the video is just find some cool stuff at CES. Let's go see what they got. Now, for those who don't know, CES is gigantic. In fact, you could probably book a flight from one side to the other. Now, while I am obviously joking, I really wish I wasn't, because the amount of walking I did could have covered half the continent. Anyway, during one of my endless journeys, I was suddenly greeted by a robotic hand. This piece of tech is being developed for people with missing limbs. Naturally, the very first question I had was, could it do the middle finger? To which they said yes. And they also said that that is the most common question they get. We eventually made our way to the automotive area. Given that this event is all about technology, self-driving was a huge part of this year's exhibits, including this, the new Honda Zero series. There were also many new Chinese manufacturers there, proving themselves to be real competitors in the growing EV and self-driving markets. Robotics are also an exciting part of this event, and while we didn't have much time to explore, we did find this robotic barista as well as a robotic dog that you probably won't have to pick up after. On the gaming side of things, VR is making its stake in our virtual future. I found this fellow here demonstrating his impressive anime girl poses. But my personal favorite was the sim racing equipment. This particular setup I'm using here costs around $30,000, and it actively moves depending on what the car is doing in-game. It was awesome. The future of invasive surveillance is here as well, like this piece of tech showing how it can detect your mood based on facial expressions, as well as this one that can determine your age, so long as you stand really still. While there is so much to see at CES, we unfortunately ran out of time and had to skedaddle back home. But let us know down in the comments what your favorite item we covered was.